Hi, I'm OBG. Nollywood, like many film industries, gets its name from the famous American film industry, Hollywood. Unlike Hollywood, its American counterpart, it does not have a specific location, but that aside, it is a world leader when it comes to the output of films annually, second only to India's Bollywood, and based on the revenue, it is just behind Hollywood and Bollywood in third place. The history of Nigerian film can be traced back to the 19th century, where people watched through a kinetoscope, which was one of the early motion picture devices, and this has obviously been replaced with more modern picture devices. The new devices were used in cinemas around that entire country, and the first set of films shown were Western or foreign films, and these were shown at the Glover Memorial Hall in Lagos from the 12th to the 22nd of August 1903. And although foreign movies got the attention of the Nigerian locals, it was difficult to sustain interest, leading to the production of films for local audiences and their consumption. Colonial filmmakers began to include local flavour in their movies, the first of its kind being Palaver, produced in 1926 by Geoffrey Banks. Significantly, the movie was also the first to feature Nigerian actors in a speaking role. During this period, the spark of the film industry was felt all around the country. Droves of people flooded the cinemas. Aside from the contemporary methods, religion also added to the spread of the film industry, as most religious bodies saw it as a means to facilitate their messages. Notable films such as Men of Two Worlds in 1946 and The Man from Morocco in 1945 were featured during this era. If there's not much to say about the Nigerian movie industry pre-independence, the same can be said for some time afterwards. The cinemas became part of the social life and seen as a viable business option, and soon scores of cinema houses began to spring up. The films watched at the cinemas suddenly had an influx of foreign movies, including Chinese, American and Indian movies, and this was more than ever experienced before. And luckily enough, due to the indigenization decree issued by Yakubu Gowon, who was then the head of state of Nigeria, which saw the transfer of ownership of foreign-owned theatres to Nigerians, it meant more Nigerian producers and screenwriters came into the fold. Another factor that helped post-independence was the country's oil boom. Foreign investors were now interested in the country and its activities, and more important, Nigeria now had the money to fund the industry to the point where it could challenge international standards, and one such use of money was a 5,000-seater National Arts Theatre, which had 2 cinemas. In 1960, television broadcasting emerged, and with the high level of support from the government, most states in the country had a television station by the 1980s. And with the economy doing well, Nigerians could afford enough disposable income to buy television sets. In addition, laws barring most foreign content were also put in place, so local content had to be created for the viewer's pleasure. The entire period from post-independence is constantly referred to as a golden era of the Nigerian film industry. However, the era did not live up to its fullest capacity due to civil unrest, military rule and a drop in the nation's economy, which meant that the theatre houses had to be shut down, and a large reduction was also seen in television programming and broadcasting. Once the economy stabilised, along with improved social life in Nigeria, the emergence of the video film market began to grow again, and this was during the era of digital movie CDs, popularly referred to as home videos. And this saw rapid sales and rapid growth. This innovation created a way to bypass the decline in cinemas and present itself directly to the public. However, it was not without its flaws, as the initial problems with piracy caused setbacks, but overall it still managed to rejuvenate the film industry and generated funds for the Nigerian economy. Figures from 2007 showed that Lagos State alone was estimated to be making 804 million a week, translating into 33.5 billion annually. However, the lack of proper law enforcement to curtail the piracy problems still created problems for film production, and this continues to this day. But you can only make so much from paying customers, and I do have a gripe about current copyright laws, which you can see in the show I made about copyright on YouTube as OBG Chat. That's OBG space chat. So soon after, Nigerians started staging movies in other parts of the world, including West African countries, North America and Europe. And apart from introducing an international flavour to the movies, it was also a bid to get Nigerian recognition by foreign eyes. Now, with the large number of improvement in the movie quality and budget compared to the home video days, the Nigerian film industry has grown, with movies such as The Figurine by Kunle Afolayan and Ije by Chinese Ayane all grossing above 30 million. It ushered in a new era of international standard movies, which continues up until the present day. Get some Nigerian movies in. Nollywood. I'm the OBG.
OBG.